Hello, I'm Rob Phillips, and welcome to my channel, where I teach you how to unlock the best version of yourself through yoga and meditation. Today's class is going to be Yin Yoga for deep hamstring release. Essentially, we're going to be focusing on opening up the back line of our legs in particular. Now, we are going to be using some props for this. I'm going to recommend having a strap, or really anything you can use to lengthen your arms, as well as a couple of blocks and a blanket. Now, before we get started, I do want to remind you that my new course, Embodied Mindfulness, is now open for registration. If you follow the link down below, you can access a free preview, which has almost 2 hours of content, including a free 60-minute yoga practice for you to try. So have all of your props together, and let's begin here now, lying down flat on our back. So as you find your way onto your back here, you can really spread out, you can take up some space, make sure you feel nice and comfortable. And I'm going to recommend closing your eyes. Here now, with your eyes closed, beginning to arrive, beginning to really land and settle into this practice. Feeling the breath and the body, feeling this deeper connection here in this moment. And as we start here, just inviting this intention to let yourself be, to let yourself connect with things as they are again and again. And as best you can here, to let go of any sense of resistance to that. Really any need for things to be other than they already are here and now. So take a few more moments, scan the body. Are you completely at ease? Are you completely at rest? But can you feel that deeper awareness? Can you feel that deeper connection with this moment? And just before we transition here into our main sequence, let's take a deep inhale breath through our nose. We can open up our mouth to exhale and let that all go. You can open your eyes. We're going to stay here on our back. Let's walk both legs in and have our knees bent. And I'd like you to grab a hold of your strap here. So let's open up this strap, and it doesn't need to be in a loop or anything like that. And follow with my progression here. What I'd like you to do is to start with your strap on the heel of the left foot, so almost at the bottom. Extend that strap nice and long. So you want to give yourself some slack, and notice how the angle of the leg is pretty low to begin. So you're transferring all that weight from the strap through the heel all the way up into your hip joint. And then from there, you can slowly begin to raise the angle of the leg until whatever point you start to feel a nice pull going on. That's going to be your edge here. Once you found that place, we're going to be here for a little while. So you might consider rolling each strap over the hands just to make it easier to hold on to. Make sure you've got enough slack there that you're not straining, that the arms are nice and relaxed. And then you can decide, maybe you'd prefer to keep the right leg bent, or maybe you'd like to extend that leg onto the floor. Either way, play with your alignment here. Find a version that makes sense for your body. Allow for the shoulders to relax, allow for the face to relax. Here now, really from the get-go, getting into our target area. So we're targeting the hamstring, the back line of that left leg. What I love about placing the strap more on the heel of the foot is we really are focusing on the leg and not letting the foot and the calf and the ankle be as much of a factor. It's much more deep in the belly of the hamstring this way. But otherwise, continue to relax. Feel the shoulders soften. Feel any tightness in your eyebrows or in your jaw begin to soften. Let yourself really settle into this experience. And remember, as we work with the body, we should never feel intense sensations or sharp sensations. If you do, you're going to want to back out. We always need to keep the body safe. We should never work through any significant discomfort. And as you connect with that here, as you feel that here, just ask yourself, what might it be possible to let go of? Might it be possible to do even just a little bit less here in this moment? How might you feel even more at ease? How might you feel even more connected towards that experience? Find that connection here for a few more nice deep breaths, a few more moments as you are. Let's take one more complete breath just like this. As you slowly exhale, you can release that leg, release the strap. Extend the other leg too if it's not already. We're just going to lie flat on our back for a moment here. And I really invite you to feel the reverb of the pose, to feel the echo of the pose in your body. Just how different do the left and right sides feel at this moment? Can we already start to feel that sense of opening? And just remember, even though the sequence has a particular target, in Yin Yoga, it's not so much about the deepest possible stretch. It's not about using strong effort or willpower. We want to keep things pretty subtle. In fact, if we keep things subtle, the body will relax even more into that experience. Let's take a gentle inhale breath here through our nose. Open up our mouth to exhale, let that all out. So from here now, we're going to stay on our back. Let's walk both feet in. And grab a hold of your strap. You're going to set it up for your second side. So same idea. I want you to start with the strap on the heel of the right foot and start with the angle rather low. Let that leg be nice and straight and feel that transferring of the energy of the strap through all the various bones of the leg. Slowly raise the angle. And like I was just saying, this should be moderate, not any sort of intense stretch. Never doing too much with the body. Let this feel really subtle. Knowing we're going to be here for a little bit, consider rolling the strap over your hands. And you can decide here either to keep your left leg bent or to extend the left leg all the way onto the floor. In either case, really soften through any tightness in the face or in the eyebrows. Soften through any tightness in the shoulders or in the abdomen. As you feel the body settle, really invite the attention to deeply connect with this experience. Let yourself truly feel what's showing up for you in this moment. Little by little, letting go of unneeded control or effort. Little by little, resting into this experience in its more natural form. How might you do even less? How might you be even more at ease here? Simply connect with things as they naturally are again and again here. For now, let's take one more breath just here as we are. Slowly, as we exhale, you can release that lifted leg. Lower all the way down and extend the other leg again if it's not already. Maybe you'd like to move your fingers, circle things around. Feel this nice clean reset. And let's just pause. Let's just rest here for a few moments. And just appreciate that the resonance, the transition is as much a part of our practice as anything else. So while you're here, really take that in. While you're here, really connect with that experience. And we take about 5 more nice deep breaths. Nice clean reset here before we move on into the next phase of things. Let's take a nice deep inhale breath through our nose. And open up your mouth, exhale, let that all go. From here, just stir things up a little bit. We're going to come up off of our back and find our way all the way onto either side. From your side, you can now just gently press yourself up. And let's grab our other props. So I'm going to recommend having a blanket or something to pad your knees. Blocks, while not explicitly required, will definitely be helpful for what we're going to do too. So if you have those, grab those. And what we're going to do is 2 different variations of a dragon pose. And they're both, again, going to be particularly emphasizing the back line of our legs, but in slightly different ways. So start by stepping your left foot forwards, coming into a nice long, low lunge. Now you can fine tune this for how long or short you go. You don't want to feel anything too much. You don't want to feel anything too intense. You can shift your weight a little bit here and there as you would like to. Now the variation I'm going to offer is, if it feels reasonable, maybe slide that left foot back so that the knee tracks a little bit forwards. And you'll feel this in the calf. You'll feel this in the ankle. But if you feel this in the knee, maybe take that foot a little further forwards. We shouldn't feel any pressure there. You'll need to work a little bit. This isn't a completely passive pose, so use that little bit of effort in the arms. Find that nice moderate edge, especially on the back line of your left leg. But otherwise, again, being here, connecting. Inviting whatever sense of calm, inviting whatever sense of ease is available to us in this moment. Let's take one more breath right here. Now you're going to slowly slide that left foot back kind of into more of a normal lunge where it's under the knee. Take a gentle inhale breath here. And we're going to exhale to rock back so that now you're kind of leaning onto the heel of that left leg. You can pick the toes up. That leg isn't really active, but you are drawing things back a little bit in space. And now what I love about this variation is you can really fine tune this to suit your body. So just shift the weight here and there. You should feel this especially on the back of that left leg, but remember our deeper intention. We're never pushing, we're never striving. We want everything to be moderate, everything to be really patient is a good way to say it too. And again, just notice as the pose opens up, you'll shift a little bit here and there, but we're still being mostly still. We're not fidgeting. We're not chasing our deepest possible edge. Can you find any sense of calm? Can you find any sense of ease within this experience? What could you let go of? Now, please take your final breath just like this. Use your slow inhale to shift back forwards towards your lunge. Take your left leg back behind you. Maybe you'd like to circle it or move it in some way. Just kind of release and find a neutral pose. So I'm going to rest in child's pose, but remember, you could always rest on your belly or your back even if that's more natural, if that's more comfortable for you. Find where you would like to rest though, and let yourself do just that. Feel the sense of reset on that left leg especially, but notice how that reset makes its way through the whole body. Maybe you'll take a few deeper breaths. Maybe you'll invite that energy to move and to flow just a little bit more here. Let's come up and do the second half of things. So you're going to slowly start to pick yourself up. And again, I'd recommend patting your knees with your blanket. You can see why the blocks are valuable for these variations. So if you have those, you can use those. Step your right foot forwards now. And again, start in kind of your classic lunge. Feel this out, right? So shifting the weight so that you're not compressing that back kneecap. Finding a stride where you can notice the pose, where you can tune into it. And then that option to find a variation here, consider sliding that right heel back, letting the knee track forwards, and the intention is to feel this especially in like the calf and the ankle, the Achilles, all of that stuff on the back of the right leg, the lower part of it. But like I said on the first side, we shouldn't feel this in the knee. So if you feel any weirdness there, definitely back out. Definitely, don't do this sub variation. Once you found your safe expression of this, let yourself inhabit the shape. Let yourself really be here and connect. Yes, you'll need to work a little bit, but try to let go of everything else that's beyond that. Let's take just one more breath right here. Start to slide the right foot a little further up here to set up for the second variation. So we're going to begin to rock back. You're going to be resting basically on the right heel. Toes will pick up. You'll likely need to adjust where the blocks are. So with that right leg nice and straight, like I said on the first side, what I love about this pose so much is you can really kind of play with where you target. So sometimes when we do like a seated forward fold, the back gets tight, it's a little hard to navigate, but here we have a lot more freedom of movement. So just play with this until you find your sweet spot. All the way from the heel up into your hip. Can you keep the space around the shoulders, around the neck and your upper back, nice and relaxed, nice and open? Can you create some nice waves of breath energy, expanding as you inhale? Softening, maybe releasing a little bit deeper into this as you exhale. How might you be even more at ease? How might you find even more of a sense of calm or surrender here? What can you let go of here? Physically or mentally? Let's take one more breath, just like this, as we are. Slowly begin to shift and find your way forwards. And as you find your way forwards, you can then release the right leg back, invite it to move, invite it to reset. Now here on our way out, we're going to set up for like a specific complementary pose. So you can take your blanket and we're going to roll it up into a tube, and I imagine maybe a few of you have like a proper yoga bolster. So if you do, you could use that. That might even work better for this. But the idea is you're going to find your way forwards, support the hips, and as you extend forwards, this can be a nice complement to all the back of the leg stuff that we've been doing. I always say when I teach this online that I'm lifting a little bit just because of where my mic is, but for you guys at home, just relax completely. Really let the torso settle. Take some nice slow breaths and feel the reverberation within your body. Feel those echoes, feel those nice waves of calm. Really invite for everything to settle here, to release here. Let's take a nice long inhale breath through our nose. A nice long exhale breath out our mouth. Gently lift yourself up here and remove your prop. Settle all the way onto the belly. Take a few moments to pause right there. To settle right there. And from here, one way or another, find your way onto your back. So you might just be able to like flip over in place like I'm doing. If you need to reorient, of course, I would encourage that, whatever makes sense for where you are. Once you're on your back here, take a few moments. You can do this like windshield wiper type sway where you're shifting the knees back and forth, just kind of stirring things up a little bit. But now let's come into a version of stirrup pose. So you're going to hold on to the knees, take one knee in each of your hands, separate the thighs. So you'll start to feel this a little more on the inner line of the legs. Now, depending on your body, you may need to just stick with holding on to the knees. You may be able to hold on more like the bend of the knees, or you may be able to hold on to the feet, more like a happy baby version of the shape. So take your time, feel this out, and you want to find, like everything we've done here, an expression where you feel the pose, you notice the effects, but nothing intense, Nothing sharp, nothing aggressive about it. Just that very nice moderate edge. Remember that you're using a tiny bit of effort in the hands, but you're not pulling on the legs, you're not forcing anything, you're really just being still here. And let yourself do just that. Can you relax through any unnecessary effort? Can you feel that sense of stillness and of calm? Can you just be here for the simplicity of this experience again and again? Please take a final complete breath like you are. Carefully release your legs all the way onto the floor. Now, please take a few moments to shift, to micro adjust, fine tune. Whatever way makes sense for you, we're going to find our final neutral pose, final rest. So think of this as being like the final resonance for the entire sequence. We're kind of tying everything together. So close your eyes, take a quick scan through the whole body, and ensure there's no more sense of control, no more sense of effort. And when you're ready, take a gentle inhale breath through your nose and open up your mouth to exhale and let absolutely everything go for these final few minutes. So just taking a final few moments as you are, tuning back into the breath and the body, and just feeling what is settled over those last couple of minutes. From here, we can invite our breath to deepen, get the energy flowing once again. And slowly find your way over onto either side, and from your side, gently press your way up into a seat with your eyes closed. So in this final moment, just noticing the effects of practice, noticing the changes you've created. Joining the hands in front of the heart. So as always, my deep thanks to each of you for sharing your practice. It's truly an honor to teach. And as we say, the light within me salutes the light within you. Namaste. So once again, thank you so much for joining. And if you have any questions, or even if you enjoyed the class, please leave a comment down below. As I said, the free preview for my course Embodied Mindfulness is now available, so follow the link down there if you are interested. And as always, please give this video a like, and if you enjoyed the class, please subscribe to my channel so you can take more like them each week.